You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network. TESPN.
Welcome to this week's TESPN podcast, and I am thrilled to be joined by three football players on the wide receiving core for the team coming into the season. Right now at a 3-2 record, couple close losses, but just came off a big win, 22-20 up at Flint Hill. Really competitive game up there. We've got Braxton Brooks, who's a senior, Davion Brown, junior, Isaiah Robinson, who's a senior. And first question I just want to ask you guys, maybe Isaiah, we'll start with you and go down the line. Just, how's the season been so far? It's been a really challenging schedule, a lot of close games, some close wins, a couple, heartbreaking losses, especially up at Woodbury. But just as you're kind of at the midpoint of the season and y'all are on a bye week now, how's it been so far?
I would say it's been pretty good. It hasn't been what we expected. We expected to go undefeated and stuff. But obviously, overall, it's been pretty good. Every week we see each other growing skill-wise and getting closer together, so I feel like we're doing good.
I'll piggyback off him. I say it's not how we expected. Came out a little sloppy at the beginning, but I think we turned it around. Just grinding, working, trying to get better each day.
Yeah, what Davion said, I say each week we've only gotten better, and we have some losses, but we just coming off a big win and just looking to win more. So.
And for you all, let's talk about being wide receivers. You've got a great quarterback back there who's been a 3-year starter, and he also played a lot as a freshman. We have an offense that is pretty balanced, and we've got good running backs with CJ and Carson, but also like to throw the ball around. What for y'all's position group, would you say that you help lift each other up? Is it competition between y'all? Just what does it kind of mean to be a wide receiver and in Coach Bell's offense?
I would say we're brothers, one of the best receiver groups in the state right now, so we push each other a lot to be better. I go out to be better than all of them each day, and we just push each other to be better each day. So,
Braxton, how about you?
Yeah, I feel like when one person make a mistake, we'll always have another receiver who's there and who can also just make a big play. It's just playmakers all around the field. So we're not really keying in on one, but we just have more in a lot.
Yeah, I'll go off what he said. I feel like we just lift each other up. If one of us messes up, then we come together, talk it out, and then bounce back after that.
And also welcoming Hagan Andrew in here. We started this a little early because all these guys have places to be. True Titans. They have a lot of different activities, clubs, sports, and stuff like that. And Braxton, I want to ask you because, Davion, obviously, since literally his first game in 9th grade, has been a name everybody knew, came out with 3 touchdowns at Benedictine from day one. Isaiah, even though, of course, he's had to battle injuries, has been committed to UVA. So both these guys are pretty known quantities. You've really seen the field a lot more this year. You had your big brother Hunter, who was a huge contributing player in this program and has gone on to play in college. But now that you're getting a lot of action, you're getting more targets, you've gotten in the end zone a few times. How has it been just to step up and show everybody, what you're capable of?
It feels good, coming from maybe not getting as much reps and stuff last year, but finally getting to prove and show myself and not just be out there, but also be making plays out there. That feels good.
I didn't see him from the summer. He worked he wanted it, and for as he got the opportunity now to show the world what he can do, and I seen it from day one. Just his work ethic, and it's special.
Yeah, and that's paying off. And then Davion, for you, you obviously are one of the top wide receivers in the country. Anyone who follows Trinity athletics has seen the recruiting rankings, and even just in the Richmond area and all throughout Virginia. The name Fat Rat has rang out even since before I met you. I had heard about you in basketball and football. And like we said, your very first high school game, you were the star player with all 3 touchdowns in a big rivalry win. So obviously you've been in the spotlight a lot. You won a state championship. Last year weren't really able to play at the end because of injuries. Even this year you've dealt with some things. But what about this year now as a junior, as an upperclassman, is maybe different for you than being just a freshman or a sophomore?
I'd say this year is kind of I have to be a vocal leader because I'm one of the older guys. So we got a lot of young guys, so I got to be a vocal leader. And they feed off me. So the past years, I mean, I had a lot of older guys like Rio, Elijah, Z. I mean, they were the leaders, and I was looking up to them. But now I'm the person that other people are looking up to.
Yeah, and even in this interview, you can kind of see. I mean, I remember when we interviewed back early in the 9th grade, when you were still, I think, 14 years old. That first time we talked to you, you've kind of found your voice and maturity. You know, if we go back and look at that, I think you were a little more shy and timid at the time. But you know, we see it now that you are, you know, not just a leader in the football program, but a leader in the school and a well-known person throughout the Trinity community, as well as just Virginia football for sure. And then Isaiah, I mean, you had a great start to 9th grade, and then that horrible leg break right here at Aycock Stadium. I'll never forget that. Fought back, were able to play a little bit of your freshman basketball season, then had a mostly good sophomore season health-wise, but last year pretty much never could get it going. It's just so great to see you back healthy. But for you, how has this year been? Just being back out on the field, having some touchdowns. Great catch at Flint Hill the other day. That was a huge score for us. Just, how has this senior season been for you? And also talk a little bit, if you don't mind, about playing on the defensive end some too.
Oh, yeah. It's been really good. I'm extremely grateful to be on the field, healthy again. That's the main focus I focus on the most. And on defense, I'm excited to play defense as well, because I knew since freshman year they wanted me to play both sides. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to play both sides now and hopefully.
Yeah, so what are some personal and team goals y'all have for the season?
I have one goal, and that's win a state championship. That's my only goal.
To hold up that trophy at the end is my goal.
Yeah, win state championship.
Y'all have any records y'all want to break for yourself, or
I mean, yeah, we have some records, but it's more like a team.
Yeah, I mean, I have records personal records, but my main goal is winning a state championship.
And when you think about the schedule, played some really tough teams already. St. Michael, had a lot of talent. Flint Hill, big strong quarterback, and some good guys out there. Even going back to that first game against North Cross, even though they were a smaller team and a smaller school, they had some real elite guys with big time offers. And then obviously we've got some big challenges to come with teams like St. Christopher's and Benedictine, and then hopefully States. So how are y'all able, now that we're in the point where you do have these bye weeks to kind of get healthy and reflect, how do you view the rest of the season going? We'll start with you on this one, Braxton.
I view the rest of the season as just going undefeated, 1-0 each week. I mean, we get these 2 weeks off to get healthy and right. I feel like that was something that we weren't really healthy last year. But now we get these 2 weeks off, it's really no excuses to why we shouldn't be winning.
I'll say, win each week, go 1-0 each week. But the biggest thing is we got 2 weeks to prepare as a team, get better, and it's like a work period now. So just trying to get better each day.
Yeah, I'll go off what he said. I feel like go 1-0 each week, and mainly most of our losses were because of us, not because how well the other team was. So during these 2 weeks, this will be a huge preparation week for individuals and team stuff.
Yeah, so a big thing, we have a lot of great coaching staff who have a real good experience in pro football or college football. Could y'all just talk a little about that and how they help you in your position?
I'll say our coaches are great. Know what they're doing. They know how to prep. You feel me? I mean,
well, it's a good balance. I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say it's a good balance because you've got somebody like Coach Bell, who is brilliant with the plays he draws up. You got Wally, who's just an inspirational leader that you just can't help but follow, and then obviously Coach Mickens, who is sort of the CEO running the whole operation. I mean, Timon, who we heard him speak at Chapel last year. I mean, being around that guy every day has got to be special. So just the balance seems really on point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Any other thoughts on the coaches?
I feel like they prepare us for the next level as well.
Well, and I don't want to forget Coach Knuckles, who works with you all as wide receiver. Anybody got any good coach stories?
I would say the coaches, they don't just teach us about football. They teach us about life. And that's one of the best things about our coaches. They don't I would say they want to prepare us for what's after football, not just for football.
Wanted to ask each of y'all about the recruiting process, and you're kind of all in a different place. I mean, Isaiah, you're verbally committed to UVA. I think I'm a UVA guy, so we were just as a Cavalier Nation really incredibly excited. to get someone of your talent, even if I never met you. And then knowing what a great person you are off the field as well, it's just, I think, couldn't be more excited for you to make that trip to Charlottesville. And that program is headed in the right direction with Coach Elliott. Then, Davion, I mean, you've got, I don't even want to, how many offers? 30 more?
Yeah, 31.
31 offers. Still just a junior, top 20 in the nation player, one of the top 3 receivers in the nation. And then Braxton, because you hadn't gotten as much playing time and reps, like you said, prior to this year, probably the recruiting is still ramping up for you. But I think anybody, wherever you end up, if you choose to play college football, is going to be getting a real sleeper who's a late bloomer. But I guess starting with Isaiah, since you are the one committed, just tell us a little bit about what recruiting was like, why UVA, and then Davion, I don't want to create too much headlines because anything you say is going to get certain fan bases excited. So I'm not asking you to sit here and commit or give us a top 5 right now, but just what it's like, all the attention you're getting, and then Braxton, I want to ask you, are you trying to play at the next level, and if so, what are you looking for in a school? But we'll start with Isaiah.
For me, it was pretty cool. It was really calm. I knew I didn't want to go far from home, so my family could watch me play and stuff. So I had a couple of schools off the muscle, like West Virginia, Virginia Tech, stuff like that. But I'd say Charlottesville was the one for me because, for one, they have an amazing culture and background around them. How they care about they don't care about football as much as they care about life. They get you ready educational wise and everything like that, which was really important to me. And they just have a great football program as well. Even though they were as good last year or the year before, I feel like this year is like a really huge turning point for them with Coach Elliott and their new recruitment class. That's why I trust them.
I say my recruitment been going great. I've really been enjoying the process, taking my time with it, and this is something like I always have wanted throughout my life. And now that I'm finally getting to experience it, it's great.
And just a follow-up, I mean, how do you stay so humble when you've got these coaches, many of whom are getting paid millions of dollars to lead some of the biggest programs in the country, coming to you, telling you how great you are and how you're going to fit in. And, of course, now with NIL, I'm sure you're getting different kind of financial incentives as well. I can imagine, as you just had your 17th birthday yesterday. You're just still a kid, really. How are you able to keep that humility when you've got famous, grown millionaire men coming into your home or coming into this school and saying that rat, we'll devise everything around you? It's got to be at times tempting to get a big head, but it seems like for the most part that's not something that happens for you.
That's just not who I am. I'm a humble guy. So that's just who I was raised to be. I'm not cocky, not none of that. I'm enjoying it right now. So.
Yeah, but it's been fun just to watch from the sidelines and see all the schools that are knocking down the door, and we'll be really interested to see how that plays out in the next year or so. Any timeline on when you want to maybe whittle it down or even make a commitment?
I'll probably be cutting it down after the season.
And then Braxton, for you, how's it all going?
Yeah, I've been playing football for only 2 years, so it's just I'm just growing as a player, school wise, some FCS schools, and then but last year I didn't I didn't really get as many reps, so I didn't really know anything about the process or anything. But I guess it kind of has changed starting this year as I've been doing much more on the field and impacting the game more.
But you are hoping to play college football.
Yeah.
And we know all you guys are talented basketball players as well. So we'll see if you make your way to the court this winter. But I know the basketball program would love to see y'all on the hardwood for sure this winter. I guess last sort of longer question, and then maybe we'll end with a quick lightning round. Well, Hagen, do you have anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
So we've talked about the coaches. We've talked about each of you individually. We've talked about recruiting. We've talked about the season. But in the bigger picture of the Trinity football culture, and not just this year, and even when you're gone, what makes Trinity football have such a special culture around it, and what do you most appreciate about that when you're in it? And maybe if I can ask you to think in the future, what do you think you'll miss the most about it when you walk across that stage and are no longer in it?
I would say the culture is very great. it's not a bad culture. Like everyone wants the best out of you, and I would say the best part about our culture is like I'll say the student section.
For me, I'll say the culture. I feel like the culture is mainly built for the people before us. So like for the comes to younger guys, how we got our like work ethic and motivation for the game. I feel like it's because of the people before us. And I say the thing I miss most is probably how much we have fun while winning and stuff.
I'll say the culture is just like everything like around it, and just like being like with your teammates and stuff. Like that's like something I enjoyed, and like one thing I'm gonna miss is like practicing like with my teammates and stuff, and like going at it in practice.
Hold on, I thought we was talking about school culture, but the football culture, I would say like it's very demanding. Like we want the best out of each and every person on the field. So like I hold my brother accountable no matter what. So that's probably the biggest thing.
That's the standard that
Coach
Wiggins
that
talks about.
Yeah, that's the standard in the locker room. So.
All right, let's end with just a little lightning round. I'll just ask you a few quick questions. It's kind of the first answer that pops into your mind. Let's start with your favorite class this year.
I'll say my favorite class this year is probably River. I like that class.
Drawing and painting.
Active trailbuilding.
Active trailbuilding. Okay, some great electives that we got here. Who would you say is your funniest teammate?
I'll probably say.
I'm going Trey Cherry.
Yeah,
I'm going Trey Cherry.
Oh yeah, Trey Cherry or
Trey
Khalid.
Cherry. I'm going Trey Cherry.
They're
How about funniest of the coaching staff?
probably Waleed.
Waleed.
Yeah.
But Mickens up there too.
Yeah, Mickens up there.
Do y'all have a pregame meal or snack that you always have?
Yeah, we'll have like dinner or something, but like they'll change it up every time. So like if we play Saturday, Friday we'll have like a team dinner.
That's another thing about the culture too. Like team dinner. That's like it's something that brings us together before games. That like
Yeah,
get the bond
for sure.
and-
I've been fortunate to be invited to a couple, and it's a special environment in there for sure.
No doubt.
You have a pregame meal or snack that you do?
I enjoy the chicken biscuits.
How about is there like what do you listen to right before the game?
I try to listen to calm music and then get ramped up like in the locker room over for like right before the game. So I listen to calm chill music.
I'll say I listen to a lot of local rappers before the game. So
Like Trey Grant?
yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, I listen to my own music, but most of the time they'll have like stuff blasting in the speaker, so I just gotta listen to what they listen
That
to.
need them paid.
Who is like an NFL player that you look up to? Who's your favorite like maybe wide receiver that you really look up to?
I'll say Nico Collins. I watch him. He was just like he not like as popular like wide receiver wise and like the other receivers, and I find that's like something cool because he's like a good receiver.
I'll say Devontae Adams. I just like how he get in and out of his routes.
Yeah, same for me. Devontae Adams and also Tank Dell, Texas.
Yeah, Tank Dell too.
I love watching him play.
I like his explosiveness.
Let's say 20 years from now, football is over. What's maybe a dream job?
Some with like technology, like I find that stuff like pretty cool.
I would say some like maybe business, something with business or like sports management, something like that.
For me, it's like a certain type of engineer or being a physical therapist.
I guess you see any of y'all being good coaches too, just to throw that out there in the future maybe. And then let's do like maybe two more. Who would you say is your toughest opponent?
Like team wise.
However you want to answer that.
Honestly, yourself, to be honest, because like when you're on the field, like I mean, the person in front of you, yeah, they're there, but it's all dependent on like what you're gonna do. Like it doesn't really affect like them what they do. You just gotta do your assignment.
I mean, he said it the best. Yourself. You prepare all week for one team. You lose because of yourself.
Yeah, they're both right.
Okay, I like where y'all went with that. And then finally, I mean, you all have been really blessed to play with some incredible leaders and talented players who have now moved on and are playing at the college level. So I know it's really hard to pick just one, but I'm gonna try and get you to pick one of your former teammates, maybe who's graduated, who you looked up to the most.
I'll say E because coming into Trinity, that's who I was with most of every day. We used to come out, work out every day.
And just for people watching this, E is Elijah
Rayner. We didn't even have practice. Like, we would just go work out for, like, in the summer, work out. And I would just say, like, he prepared me for the high school level. Like, yeah.
I'd probably say my brother. I mean, I didn't play with him, but like him just like always being there and just like helping me. Like he's always been like a teammate to me. Like even when I played basketball, like he was still like my teammate, helping me and like telling me what to do, like so I can get like better.
For me, I'll say like AK or Cam Fleming, because when I was younger, I definitely looked up to AK when he was starting receiver and how he did his stuff, so I could follow him. And then for Cam, he was a great opponent to go against, like on like 2 years sophomore and freshman year as well. So.
Another one I would say is Trey Ferg. That was like my ninth grade year. That was my guy. Like he kind of like made my game better. Cause if y'all don't know Trey Ferg, he's one of them ones.
Yeah.
He might be short, but he one of them ones. I can't lie.
Yeah, and he's still probably a huge part of probably the biggest play in school history, the 2-point conversion and the touchdown before the 2-point conversion in the state championship game. Well, the year before you got here, but his junior
he
year.
He got overlooked by his height, but he got that dog.
Hey, I get that, So he's always one of my favorites too, as someone who's on the vertically challenged side myself. It was great catching up with y'all. I mean, I literally feel like we could sit here and talk Trinity football and life for the next hour, but we need to wrap it up. We got a bell about to ring and class is about to start. You guys are all great student athletes and great young men. We're just proud to watch you play in the Trinity uniform, and great luck the rest of the season. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.